More, I can speak to France 24 senior reporter Clovis Casali. Hello to you, Clovis. One of the heavyweights that was in the Ukrainian capital, French President Emmanuel Macron. His visit, long awaited, sometimes criticized here in France for not going sooner. Tell us more about the reaction about his visit to Ukraine.
Well, President Emmanuel Macron's visit to Ukraine very much sparked mixed reactions. Why? Because of the looming parliamentary elections. The second round is on Sunday. Of course, his side, the pro-Macron, say that he showed that he was a real head of state and that he was arguing that he needed a strong majority in order to be able to carry out his duties the way he's doing so. And then you've got his opponents, the left wing, especially the far left of Jean-Luc Mélenchon, Alexis Corbière, saying he's kind of manipulating the situation. And then the far right leader, Marine Le Pen, saying that with Macron, everything's calculated. At the same time, for all these parties, it's very difficult to criticize this visit because they're all in favor of Emmanuel Macron's visit to Ukraine. But they say that the timing isn't good because, of course, these parliamentary elections are coming up on Sunday. This morning, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, outspoken, far-left figure. He's the leader of the NUP, which is the coalition of left-wing parties. Well, Jean-Luc Mélenchon this morning was in a bit of a tricky situation when asked about his views on Macron's visit. Take a listen.
Certains ont dit il s'enfuit. Non, c'est pas vrai non plus. Je pense juste qu'il considérait.
Some said Macron ran away. I don't think that. But I do think that he sees the parliamentary elections as a mere administrative formality. I heard that he believed it would be an easy win after the usual duel against Le Pen, with her losing as always. My concern is that the Russians and Mr. Putin mustn't think that there are divisions among the French. Absolutely all French politicians are opposed to the invasion of Ukraine.
Sont contre l'invasion de l'Ukraine.
Clovis, last day of campaigning, how are the polls looking?
Well, it looks like Emmanuel Macron's movement will win. But will they get that overwhelming majority they so desperately need? That, quote, solid majority. That's what Macron's been asking for. Why he needs it? Does he need it? Because he needs to pass the laws he wants. The pension reform, the budget, and so on. It looks, according to the latest polls, that he'll be getting between 255 and 295 seats. If he gets that 295, then he gets the overwhelming majority. If he gets a lot less, then he won't, and he'll be having to negotiate and so on. The real opposition party after these parliamentary elections seems to be NUP, the left-wing coalition. If it's the case, then Jean-Luc Mélenchon will be the figure of the opposition. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who's still saying we can win if everyone mobilizes, if everyone turns up on Sunday to go and vote, because there was very low voting turnout in the first round. So mobilization, abstention, all of that will be key issues. A projection saying that the new coalition of left-wing parties could get around 200 seats. One final point, very important election for many candidates such as Amélie de Montchalin, who's the Minister for Ecological Transition, or Stanislas Guerini, who's a very close, he was a very close advisor of Macron, now he's a minister. They're standing in these elections in Paris and around. They are, of course, dreaming to become the next MP for those districts. Problem is, if they lose, they have to leave the government. So a lot of positions of ministers in jeopardy, difficult, tricky for Emmanuel Macron. So you would get a reshuffle coming up. Anyway, all of this on Sunday, and there will be, of course, a coverage on France 24 throughout the country.
Indeed, a lot of moving parts, a lot of suspense. Thank you very much, Clovis. Clovis Casali, France 24 senior reporter.